You know, sometimes you just, by sheer coincidence, just watch a movie and then you see that it is referenced multiple times. Now, I watched Silent Running about a month ago, not to be confused with Cool Running, which I will definitely watch. But then you hear the influence and how it was done by on a certain movie. In this case, Moon with Sam Rockwell. No relation to any of the famous Rockwells. Norman Rockwell. A mesmerizing mind blower. You don't want to miss it. Peter Travers, Rolling Stone. Awesome. Might just blow your mind. Sam Rockwell's excellent. Sam Bell, played by Sam Rockwell, at Frost/Nixon, Charlie's Angels, is nearing the completion of his 3-year-long contract with Lunar Industries, mining Earth's primary source of energy on the dark side of the moon. Along with only the base's vigilant computer, Gertie, Gerty, voiced by Oscar winner Kevin Spacey, an American Beauty, as his sole companion. Bell's extended isolation has taken its toll. His only link to the outside world comes via satellite messages that from his wife and young daughter. He longs to return home, but had a terrible accident on the lunar surface leads to a disturbing discovery that contributes to his growing sense of paranoia and dislocation so many miles away from home. Moon is an engrossing, intelligent sci-fi thriller that ranks with genre classics like 2001: A Space Odyssey. Very much so. This is a 2009 97-minute movie, and it is overall a truly standout piece of work. This was directed by Duncan Jones. And you may be wondering, who's Duncan Jones? That was the David Jones eventually changed his name to David Bowie. That's Bowie's son. You can go ahead and say your Space Oddity jokes here, whatever. Who gives a dang? Anyway, this is melodrama at its finest. At first, I was thinking that this was going to go kind of like with Cabin Fever, like when you're so secluded and isolated that you start doubting yourself and you start hallucinating and things like that. And I'm just like, what is exactly going on here, you know? But then little pieces start coming together. Like for example, when the Lunar Industries employee goes around exploring the moon, he sees that another vehicle has crashed and that there's an occupant inside. Retrieves him, takes him to the infirmary, and helps him recover. AKA find someone that was in a crashed vehicle, brings them in, and gets them feeling better, pretty much. And they start having this kind of bizarro relationship. Like, they don't exactly dislike each other, but they don't exactly trust each other. I guess it's more neutral. But then when they start thinking like, hey, there's going to be this secret room, I'm like, oh, a secret room? What are you talking about? It's like, yes, this was mentioned. And, of course, it is going to be something that leads to a big-time discovery and a true... Well, if you've seen some of the sci-fi movies, you know what the conventions that lead to it. Two other movies that have influenced us besides 2001: A Space Odyssey are Outland from 1972 or whatever, and of course Silent Running. Just in the sense of the isolation, just being up there, being by yourself. I'm like, this movie is paying homage to it, but it was, as Duncan Jones said it, for literate sci-fi fans, meaning those that have watched it, who have become engrossed in all the films that pretty much just make up the whole greatest sci-fi movies ever. This is what it's like, because it doesn't hold your hand and explain. Yes, there is some dialogue about like where Bell is having, I guess, mental battles with himself about wondering like, is he really starting to lose his sanity, or something going on? Because we got some rather interesting, got some tight sets, we got some because it does look like the ISS, which ironically they've been up there, which in the International Space Station they've been up there 7 gosh darn months, and I'm like, hopefully that they're able to maintain their sanity. Maybe they're watching this. I don't know, but I can just see the movies and references being made. How sheer coincidence that this happens. It's like a man who's able to carry a film for so long. This guy can. This man right here, he does. Because the wide range of emotions that I noticed. The distrust, the discovery, the getting to know your own self/clone. And that was very interesting. I mean, you could even get philosophical about, like, what is a clone if it were to become, like, it? Like, you have the original person. What if that clone either is different, but at the same time, and how do you interact with it? What stages do you take to make this happen? But this is just more, I would say, yes, some corporate greed that's always going to be around, and it's just going to be it's always going to be something that's going to be a trope/convention. And, it's like, the pacing is really well. This feels like a gosh darn well-constructed movie with a great sense of timing and the eventual reveal and what's going to happen at the end. And it is really great to see two people, like one actor who is able to convey so much emotion, go through the steps of the melodrama, because he misses his family, and we get some messages from his wife and his child and everything else like that. But it just makes you wonder. There is definitely something going on here, because he awakens after being after an accident, and he sees his computer having a live discussion with the schmuck crew over at Lunar Industries. And what happened? What balloons? What just inflates from there, just like a raft, is just truly astonishing. I mean, just how everything just progresses. This is like perfect pacing in 97 minutes. The tension, the build-up. There's some music there of I'm Walking on Sunshine and whatever the other one was. It's like, and let's not forget the crying and the combat that the two clones do. So it's just like, jeez, oh Pete. And the plan that they use to escape and expose Lunar Industries for being a bunch of schmucks and yutses is just absolutely just great to see, So, like, again, so the actor Rockwell, who said, "Yeah, I like the blue collar approach that with all the blue collar workers and Alien, Outland, and Silent Running. Let's go ahead and just kind of revive this for the 21st century." And it's great. Maybe some people might find this kind of boring because not too much stuff happens, or they think that maybe it's like, oh, they should have focused more on like him hallucinating and stuff like that. And maybe, some people say like, yeah, a little boring, not too much music, kind of bland sets. But I'm like, that's maybe would turn off some people, but I didn't have any problem with that. So if you want to see a truly incredible movie, then I recommend, it's an update of all those movies I mentioned. I recommend that you watch Moon.